Quick question. Do you have a business idea you've been wanting to bring to reality for the past few years? Would you like 2022 to be the year you finally break through and start that business? First of all, what is holding you back? I know your first answer may be lack of capital. But what if I told you that that may not actually be the only reason? Today, I want to share with you 5 surprisingly easy steps you can follow starting today to kick off that business even if you don't have any capital. Hello and welcome. My name is Mary Karuga from Tevre Consulting, where we inspire, equip, and support you to grow. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to this channel and check out my weekly videos on personal growth and success. Let me start by saying that starting a business is not a one-day event. It is a long process. If you wait until you have everything sorted out to open your doors and start trading, then you'll never start that business. But if you see starting a business as a process, you can start today. And my aim today is to show you exactly how you can do that. And this is how. Tip number 1, get your mind on board with your idea. Many of us do not know it, but our mind is one of the greatest reasons we never achieve our goals. It can become the biggest barrier to your success. It can either support or sabotage you. And unless you understand it and understand how it works, then you will never be able to break through from what is holding you back. Our mind has 2 components. One is the conscious mind, the other one is the subconscious mind. And I want you today to understand how these 2 work to either support you to grow or to pull you down. Your number 1 friend is your conscious mind. It is the one that thinks logically. It is the one that makes choices and decisions. It interacts with our environment through the 5 common senses. And that is how you even have the idea of starting a business in the first place. Because your conscious mind, maybe you passed somewhere one day and you saw a business and you admired it and you decided this is the kind of business I'd like to start. But then there is the subconscious mind. And this is where I want you to pay attention, because this is our biggest blockage to success. Our subconscious mind is like one giant storage facility that contains memories of everything we have ever experienced since we were born, everything you have ever seen or heard or tasted or smelled or touched. It is stored in your subconscious mind. Finally, it forms what we call a belief system. Your belief system is what decides what you can accept as your truth or not. So what happens in terms of starting a business? Your conscious mind will be happy and on board with the idea to start. But your subconscious mind will start asking you questions. And the kind of question it asks depends on the belief system it has stored. So number 1, it will want to know, this business you want to start, which other business have you ever started before? And it will tell you don't even have experience to run such a business. And it will go further and check in its database, does it have any evidence that anyone, even in your family, has ever run such a business and succeeded? And in most cases, there will be none. So it will tell you that stop trying this, because finally you will fail and you'll be embarrassed. It will also try to tell you that you don't have enough resources. You don't have capital. You don't know where you will start. There is no one to help you. So you better not start. And our subconscious mind, we need to understand its work is to protect us from harm. So the number 1 thing it is trying to do here is to protect you from the embarrassment of failure. So we have to know, how then do we respond to our subconscious mind so that it does not become a block? Now that we know how it works, then the thing is, when we have an idea and the conscious mind has agreed and has shown us how to do it, then we should learn to quiet the subconscious mind, especially when it comes up with the negative self-talk. And when it is giving you the negative beliefs, you are able to replace those beliefs with some positive ones. For example, it has asked you, has anyone in this family ever started such a business? Sometimes it also tells you that you will fail just like another person failed. So now you need to tell it, shut up and listen to me. I am going to start this business and I am going to succeed because I am not my family. And I am not that person who failed. And yes, I don't have resources, but I can find some. I am going to start. And that is how you defeat your subconscious mind. Now, if you're serious that in 2022 you want to kick off your business, then you have to take care of your mind. And sometimes you may need help to do that. Sometimes you don't know exactly how your mind is working currently and whether that is supporting or it is delaying you from your success. As a life coach, one of the things I am so keen to train people on is to understand their mindset. There is a process I can take you through to help you understand your current mindset, whether it is supportive or not supportive to your growth, to understand your belief system, to understand your story, that is the self-story you tell yourself, and to understand how you can change all that to start working for your own success. If you are interested, you can reach me. My contact details are at the bottom of this video in the description section. Tip number 2, you need to be absolutely clear what you want, why you want it, and how you are going to get it. If you want to start a business in 2022, the number one thing to determine is what business do I want to start? So to determine your what, there are 3 criteria I want you to be using. Number 1, check, is this my passion? Is it something that I'm totally passionate about, that I can do it even if no one is paying me? Number 2, is it something I'm naturally gifted to do? I do it without much effort and I always deliver good results. Number 3, is it something I'm totally skilled in, that I've now become an expert in doing? Those 3 criteria is what you use to determine whether your idea is a valid business idea. Please don't start a business because your friend started a business like that. Don't copy. You might not know it, but that friend of yours may have some skills or some talents that you don't know about. And when you go inside such a business, you may end up failing because it is not serving your higher self or your higher desires. One key ingredient of success in business, and actually that is the real capital of business, is passion. Forget the money bits. What you need is a passion, because passion will drive you to look for resources. It will drive you to break through barriers. And let me tell you, in a business, in a new business, there will be barriers. There will be some very challenging times. And if you are not driven by something, you will quit. So the only reason to make sure you never quit is to follow your passion. I know you have heard that many times, but you may have no idea what I mean. So just as I said, under the mindset, I also can help you to realize these 3 things. There are some exercises you can go through to bring out from within you what is your true passion, what are your talents, and what skills have you gained that have made you an expert. Once you realize that, then you have a source of a business idea. Number 2, it's about the why. Why are you starting the business? Can I shock you? You should never start a business to make money. Yeah, I know how that sounds. Start a business to serve a need. Look around. Whatever I want to start, is it a need? Is there anything I am fulfilling? Or do I just want to make money? Because let me tell you, customers stick with people they see have a greater mission than just making money. If you go out there and all you want is money, people will know and people will run away from you. But if you go out there and over and above money, you are so willing to help people, people will pay you for that. That is what people pay for, and you will succeed in business. So I want you to be very clear. This business I'm starting, why am I starting it? For example, if you want to start a hotel, why do you want to start a hotel and not a salon or a shop? What is your driving force? Then number 3, ask yourself, what is needed for me to start this business? Be clear and don't first think about the money. Sometimes we say it is not the lack of resources that keep us behind. It is lack of resourcefulness. Sometimes you may not have the money, but you have so many ways of making that money. But because you are looking for money and not for a way of making money, then you will never get the money. So the first thing you check is, what resources do I need for me to start this business? It is good to know where you want your business to be located. It is good to know what equipment you need to start your business. It is good to know whether your business will need employees and where you will get them. It is good also to know whether, if you don't have enough time to run the business, then who will be running the business for you. Have all that settled on even before you start. But as I've said, do not see the limit. Be resourceful. Ask yourself, yes, I cannot be there full time, but what can I do to make sure it will run even without me? Yes, I don't have money to buy the equipment, but what can I do today to start getting the money? That is what we say about resourcefulness, and we will talk some more about this in our tip number 4. Tip number 3, overcome the fear of taking the first step. Another reason you have not yet started is that you're so afraid to make the first step. And there are several different types of fears that can hold you back forever. There is, for example, the fear of the unknown, the uncertainty, not knowing, when I start this, what will happen next? What if I fail? What if I don't succeed? And that will hold you back forever. So you have to learn to overcome that. The other fear you might want to learn to overcome is the fear of failure. Fearing that I might fail and I'll get embarrassed and everything. So instead of fearing to fail, just know that failure is always a learning experience. That if you fail today, you will never fail again because you have learned a lesson. Actually, the most successful people have failed hundreds and hundreds of times before they made it to what we see today. Even that business you saw somewhere and you admired and you want to be like them, if they were to open up and tell you what journey they have gone through, how many times they have failed in many different other places before they got to where they are, you'll be shocked. Because failure is part of the success journey and you have to accept it like that. Don't fear it. Actually, be ready to fail. The other fear I want you to overcome is the fear of criticism. You fear, what will my family say? What will my friends say? Especially if I try and fail, or if I try and I don't produce as good a product as they were expecting. I want you to stop thinking about all those things. In most cases, actually, the things you fear will never even come to pass. I love what Les Brown says about fear, because he says, fear stands for false evidence appearing real. Fear. False evidence appearing real. So it's false evidence. It's something that has not happened yet, and there is no evidence that it will ever happen. So you better learn not to fear. The other fear I would like you to overcome is the fear of missing out. Sometimes you may fail to pursue your dreams because you don't want to miss out from the things you have been enjoying with a certain company. I want you to be ready. The truth is, starting a business will require your time and a lot of it. And of course, you won't be able to attend to the things that you used to attend to before. You won't be able to go clubbing with your friends. You might even not have time to go out with your family as you used to go before. So be ready that you are going to miss out on something. Don't fear it, just be ready. I am going to miss out on something, but I am ready for it. And that is how you will succeed. Let me tell you something about fear. The opposite of fear is courage, and we all know courage, but we don't know how to exercise courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is actually doing what you wanted to do in spite of the fear. Even when you are fearing, you still go on and do what you wanted to do. Now, before we go to our tip number 4, I hope you are learning something of value. If you are, please comment below and also subscribe if you have not done so yet. As I said, if you are serious about starting a business in 2022, you can contact me and I'll take you through step by step of how to start a business that will succeed and that will live for a long time. Don't start a business today and fail in the next 3 months. Start a business knowing you can succeed. And as I told you, it's a process. The first thing you need to do is to start preparing yourself. That marks the end of the part A of this video. A quick recap. We have covered 3 important steps that you can take in 2022 if you want to start your business. Step number 1 was to get your mind on board with the idea. Step number 2 was to get absolute clarity on your what, your why, and your how. Step number 3 was to overcome the fear of taking the first step. Now, the other 2 steps are covered in part B of this video. There is a link to that in the description section of this video. Please do not miss out on that. Click the link and continue watching. Thank you.